Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, we're going to take a look at one of the most important Chicago blues musicians of all time and one of the greatest slide guitar players and most influential blues soloists of all time, the incredible Robert Nighthawk. Robert Nighthawk was born Robert Lee McCullum and toured the South starting in the 30s and 40s, and he influenced Muddy Waters, Earl Hooker, Elmore James, all the slide players that came after him, even though he never became as famous as many of his contemporaries. And he always played in a standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E. And he wore a slide on his pinky like this, usually a metal slide. And when you're in standard tuning, the beauty of it is that you can just play normal, and he would play a lot of stuff in a conventional way, using normal chords, and he would fret normally, playing licks and chords, just fretting with his fingers. And then he'd augment the things he played with the slide. And you hear that exact approach in Earl Hooker. So a lot of songs are in the key of E. A great example is a song with 3 titles, Going Down to Eli's, Cheatin' in Line Blues, and I'm Gonna Murder My Baby is the most famous title. And it's in the key of E, so you can play the root chord, the tonic E7 like this, and then the 4 chord A7 like that, and then the 5 chord B7, you would play like that, so nothing on the D string. And Robert would do that all the time. And then as far as soloing, the scale that he used most often is the blues scale, which is common. But the major third would be intimated or included in the scale as you play. So for example, the E blues scale with that intimation or inclusion of the major third would be played like this. So oftentimes coming down, he liked to throw in that major third to make a clear reference back to the E dominant chord. Now let's play through a 12-bar progression in Robert style, fretting entirely with the fingers. I'm going down to Eli's, get my pistol out of pawn. So when I got back home, said my lady was gone. I'm gonna murder my baby. Don't stop cheating in line now. I'd rather die in the penitentiary than be worried all out of my mind. Okay, so in that example, we just stayed down here and augmented it with this lick. So it's cool that he does that slide up. And then in bar 4, goes back to the chord, and then A. So you're going from A7 to A6. And then this. I'd rather die in the penitentiary, so I'm doing finger picking. And then a very haphazard lick at the end here where he goes. So I think it's really cool that it's not in strict time, like it's just a little bit rushed. You know, it's unusual. Now let's take a look at Robert's slide soloing style. Played between 12th and 9th positions over a shuffle rhythm like this. He'd play something along these lines. So as you can hear, it's very melodic and also very sharp. You can hear the influence on Muddy Waters if you listen to Muddy's slide playing. And a nice fast wide vibrato. And this is very vocal. So that phrase specifically that's a classic Robert Nighthawk style fill. So listen to his playing and try to emulate that vibrato. One of the cool things is whether you want to go between 9 and 8 or 9 and 7. Subtle difference. Those little movements make all the difference in capturing that Robert Nighthawk flavor.